I first saw Riddick. I'm 31 years old, but I first saw Riddick in 1999 when it came out, and I'm trying to think at what age was I in 1998? I must have been like 9 years old in um fourth or fifth grade or something like that. And I had seen Pitch Black, renting it from Blockbuster on DVD. And I didn't see the whole thing. You know, I fell asleep during it. And the movie shouldn't even be rated R. It should be like PG-13. There really isn't anything intense in the movie. And I saw it for the first time from beginning to end yesterday. And it's such a great movie, and still to this day we haven't seen like a spaceship crash scene as great as the one in Pitch Black. The only other one I can think of is in the Star Trek movie, Star Trek Generations, when the Enterprise crash lands on that planet. But the Pitch Black in the beginning starts off with a ship crash, you know? And so their ship crashes. Riddick is on the ship, right? As a prisoner, right? Like he is in almost all the movies. In all the movies and stuff. He's always a prisoner. And they crash land on this planet that when it gets dark, it gets pitch black. Just like the title, it gets pitch black. And the creatures in this movie are some of the coolest creatures ever that you'll see in a science fiction movie. Still to this day, it looks good. Yes, the CGI looks dated, but the design of the creature, they really went all in on the design of the creature. Okay? I mean, the creature design looked amazing. And this movie was the first time we ever saw Riddick. Okay? And the main actress of the movie, the main character, is Riddick, but also another character, a blonde character. And I'm not going to tell you anything because the end has its own spoilers and everything like that. And there's some great imagery. Like there's that one scene where the guy he says, I was supposed to die in Paris, and he lights his cigar and he sees like a bunch of them around him. Oh God, he got torn to shreds. And they start walking around the planet, and they see like this huge skeleton of what must have been something like an elephant or a dinosaur. And they're like, what's going on here? And it's these creatures. And these creatures are as cool as the xenomorph. Okay? They're as cool as the xenomorph. They're something right out of Geiger. And this movie, when it came out around the same time as The Mummy and The Matrix and Star Wars Episode 1, right? It was around that time. The Mummy, The Matrix, Star Wars Episode 1. And this was a complete surprise, okay? This movie was made for a fraction of the budget that movie 65 was made for, okay? And like a fraction of the budget, This put Vin Diesel on the map, basically. This and Fast and the Furious. And what a great science fiction movie. You know, it didn't utilize a lot of amazing sets. What this movie utilized was actors, not even known actors, okay? Most of the actors were unknown. So you got your unknown actors. You have acceptable special effects that looked really good for the time. For the time, it looked really good. Now they're as good as Marvel effects. You know, they're basically better than a Marvel movie. Actually, they were better. Rewatching the movie looks better than Ant-Man and the Wasp. So the movie really knows how to utilize lighting. Okay? So the lighting in this movie, because everything in this movie is altered lighting. Okay? Whether it's in the dark or whether there's sunlight, they alter the frame so that you don't get bored while you're watching it. It's almost like Battlestar used to film things. It's like this gritty type of directing that doesn't get you bored, you know? Like me with the camera right now. It's like a gritty type of directing. So, yeah, the director's called David Twohy, and he directed all three of them. He directed Pitch Black, and I'm also gonna review Chronicles of Riddick and Riddick, and in between those, I believe there was 2 video games and the animated movie, which I saw the animated movie. It's short, like 30 minutes, but it's really good. And the video games are really good too. So I'm gonna stop this review, and I'm gonna review the other stuff and the games. I'm also gonna play the games, the Butcher Bay and Athena. But this was the little movie that started this franchise, and we're gonna get Riddick 4 pretty soon. So, as a movie by itself, it's unpredictable. You're not gonna guess what happens, right, at the end. And also, like, yeah, it's just gritty, it's unpredictable, it doesn't apologize. This is exactly, Pitch Black is exactly what you want when you go to the movies. It's exactly what you want when you go to the movies.